Alright, so moving on here. I do have a couple giveaways to do today, and I hope you guys signed up for them. If you haven't, for some reason my dogs are going bonkers. One of them is for this. This is the Flying Sandal 1S Lipo charging board. It's a really neat idea. It's not a parallel board like what you're used to with parallel charging larger batteries. This is actually a series board, so by plugging 4 batteries into it, you're essentially making one 4S Lipo, and your battery charger just charges like any other Lipo. You know, cells can be different voltages. It doesn't really matter. Your charger will take care of it. So I do have a drawing for that going. If you guys want to get in on it, let me put the link for the giveaway in the video description here. I'll paste that in. There you go. Go ahead and fill that out. I'm going to close the drawing here in just a few minutes. I'll let some more people get in there. So, yeah. Got that. And here's a couple of little things that I got today, which is pretty neat. One of these. This is the what is it? Newbie Drone Mockingbird brushed flight controller, or brushed whoop. I haven't flown a brushed whoop in an extremely long time. This is like the first thing I flew was one of these brushed whoops, and they've really come a long way. And I normally wouldn't have looked at this at all. Hey, Robert Ortlev, welcome to the chat, man. I normally wouldn't have looked at this, but after flying my my 1S brushless 75mm beta quad with the silverware flight controller in it, I thought I'd give this a try. Plus, these things are pretty darn cheap for what they are. I think these are going for like $45. That's almost nothing for a little quad. So I figured I'd give it a shot since it is running silverware, and I'm really intrigued by silverware. The fly's really nice. It's a really smooth flying quad. The yaw authority is just stupid on it. It should be a really fun racing quad. The only downside to it is there's no turtle mode. Yeah, so don't crash. Don't crash this. But I really enjoy flying this thing. It's kind of a throwback. I mean, I don't think it'll compete with most of the brushless whoops. But there's something different about being brushed. It just feels different. It's like a smooth, gentle silkiness to it. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it, but there is something to it. So I picked up one of those. Actually, I picked up 2 of those. You can kind of guess why I picked up 2 of those. Wink, wink, know what I mean? So that has been flying that around quite a bit indoors when I just got some free time. Finally got my Insta360 Go back. I haven't had this thing working in, it's been almost 6 months now. My first one just quit, just died on me. Customer service, they weren't taking in any repair orders because of the you know what going on right now in the world. But I pressed them a few times, and they're like, "Okay, go ahead and send it to us." And it was about a month turnaround after they got it. I think it's probably one dude locked in a shed checking these things out. But that's the other thing about the brushless whoop is it is quiet, like seriously quiet. Like if you're planning on doing a possible one-way whoop, and if you don't know what a one-way whoop is, that's where you go out but you don't come back in. Yeah, send that guy. It's quiet. It's not all expensive, but so I got this thing back. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. I've been pretty busy, but I'm really glad I've got this back. I've been really missing this thing. Let's see, what else do we have going on? Oh yes, this came just today. This is the US65 Pro. So I had the UR65, which is like one of the first brushless 65mm whoops I've ever seen. Well, this is like the new update big brother to it. It's a 2S, all Americanized, with crossfire, and this is using a new standard for LiPo connectors. So this is their new design. I don't know if I can get a good a good look at that. So it's supposed to be better than the BT 2.0. It's a lot bigger than the BT 2.0 from Beta FPV. So these are supposed to be better. Not quite as good as a XT30. Definitely way better than the old PH 2.0, like what would be on that brush quad. So this is pretty cool. I haven't had a chance to fly it, so it may go up in flames. But it comes with a quad, 4 batteries. You need to use 2 at a time. It comes with a charger. These were pretty. I mean, they're not great chargers, but they're pretty ubiquitous and they're cheap and easy. But the one thing it does come with that I'm really happy about is it comes with a power bank, which is something that just never came with the old ones. So you always had to find either a power bank to charge it, like with a barrel connector or something off an XT60. So this is pretty neat. I really like the. I mean, I'm not huge into stuff like this, but I mean, this looks way better than I thought it would. It would be sweet to have more time on the 360. Yeah, 5 minutes is. I think 5 minutes is enough. The thing has a lot of. I mean, it gets hot. Once it gets hot, it really starts to act weird. So, I mean, 5 minutes. I mean, you're getting a lot. I mean, the quality video that comes out of this little guy for being the size of, a large suppository for, I mean, this thing is like nothing. 5 minutes of flight time out of it with the super high quality stabilization that comes out of it. It's pretty good. I mean, we can always want more, right? But I really don't have any complaints about that. Another thing that came today, or what was it, 2 days ago, that I've been flying a little bit is this guy. Everybody's talking about this thing, and I see why. This is the Flywoo Explorer long range. This thing is cool as hell. Super long flight times. I've been flying on these old Beat. I mean, these things are tired 854S batteries. They're heavy, they're old, and I'm getting 15 minutes of flight time, and that's not taking it easy. That's like just racing it around the yard. So yes, Insta360, definitely do it. I do have an affiliate link for the Insta360. Check down in the video description if you want to hook a brother up. Or if you can find them at Best Buy, get them from Best Buy, because then you can get the black tie protection. Honestly, if you're in the US, don't use my link. Go to Best Buy and get it. The black tie protection is worth it, and I would prefer that if you are in the US and had black tie protection, the option for that, I would prefer that you went and did that. That's the best way to do it. They do offer extended warranties on Insta360's site. It's just been my experience that between using their warranty program or using Best Buy, literally Best Buy, you take them a bag of glass that's just what's left of it. Just say, I want a new one, and you get a new one. No questions asked. No nothing. But the warranty program that Insta360 has, it's still pretty good, but you got to mail it in, they got to look at it, they got to send it back to you. So it's definitely a much longer process. Did you watch Dave's video today on that tweet? No, I didn't. I've been kind of off the interwebs today. You do something cool with it? Or was this the one where you put like a 4S 18650 pack on it? Because I did see that one. So if you don't know who Dave C is, definitely look him up. He puts a lot of open source or just free designs on Thingiverse for his quads. I built his 5-inch gate hunter, which is like a ultralight toothpick 5-inch, and it was very cool. Let's see. Do you have your charging board for sale? No, I'm giving that away. But these charging boards, these are available on Race Day Quads. Let me get you a link to that guy. Jorge is, I've talked to him a little bit. The guy really has his things together. This thing is pretty neat. So that is a link to this charging board. I don't have an affiliate link to them, but this is a pretty cool idea. I really like it. But anyways, Dave C puts out all his designs on Thingiverse. You can download them. You can send them to a local carbon cutter. You can cut them yourself. You can print them out of PLA if you really want to do that, which I've done before. But this was basically his frame design for a 4-inch long range. Flywood did do they massaged it. 3K. Oh boy, that's awesome. I definitely got to check that out. Check out our Discord for oh yeah, I do have I have a Discord server. Thanks guys, keeping me straight here. I don't have Discord on this computer, so I can't send a link to it. Oh wait, there should be a Discord link in the video description. I hope. If it doesn't work, somebody put in there. Let me know if it doesn't work. Discord's really weird about reusing their links. I don't know why. But I do plan on giving away one of these boards. Let me get. There should be a link in the chat there to get signed up for it. Right now, there's 40 people signed up for it. But if you are one of my patrons, I'm also giving one away over there. Guess how many people have signed up for it over on my Patreon? 4. Odds are pretty good over there, and that's the way it is with a lot of my Patreon giveaways. It's pretty good odds. Just saying. Let's see. Man, having one monitor really sucks. I know. First world problems. So anyways, I've been flying this a lot. I really like it. Really long flight times, and it performs pretty well. It's not like gonna rip your face off type speed and agility, but it's no slouch. It's not like all I can do is just hover and go forward at a decent clip. This thing can do acro. It flies really well. It comes with the GPS built into it. This, unfortunately, is not the GPS it came with. This is the one it came with. And this little guy, unfortunately, did not work. So, a little disappointed about that. Not a big deal, though. Those things are cheap as chips. But I did put a larger U-Blox M8N in there, and that thing works just fine. Rescue mode comes pre-configured. Works really well as long as you meet the minimum requirements to activate rescue mode. I think you have to be more than 200 meters away, because if you activate rescue mode less than 200 meters, it goes and it just drops like a rock. But this thing's really nice. It comes with a lot of extras in the box, a bunch of different LEDs, some extra arms, some braces, quite a few extra little things, 2 sets of props. Pretty cool little quad. I do plan on doing some really stupid shit with this guy. Stupid stuff with this guy. Just because the Caddx Vista can output watts, whatever the FCC legal limit is, right? That's what it'll put out. I think these are rated for up to 1,200 milliwatts. Not that I would ever go that high, because you got to keep things legal here. Although I'm pretty sure the Vista is Part 51 certified, so I don't know what the legality is there. I'll look into that one. Not that I think anybody's ever going to do anything about it. But very well set up quad. The 16x16 flight controller is a little limiting. Like the MSP protocol between the Vista and the flight controller is on soft serial, so it does act up a little bit every once in a while. Like you'll see the OSD elements kind of like shift around and then they come back. I think that might just be because it's using soft serial. But yeah. Pretty cool quad, and it comes with a beeper on it. So this is a self-powered beeper. It's loud. It's not ultra loud, but it is loud enough, and it has an LED on it that lights up too while it flashes. So if it's dark, you can find it. I got this one with Crossfire on it. Comes with all the little TPU. Actually, it comes basically as you see it, just minus the this GPS. Like I said, it came with this guy, which is a little smaller, a little lighter, and fits on there a whole lot better. But I've been very happy with this thing so far. I have some plans for this thing. All right, and let's go ahead and revisit this little guy here. So this is the Cinespore that I built a couple live streams ago, and I got it together, tuned it a little bit. Didn't need a whole lot, and I've been flying around with my Hero 8 with a ND16 lens on it, just getting some video of the kid riding a motorcycle around the yard. And man, this thing's pretty cool. He did that on analog. That's pretty impressive. Honestly, I think analog would probably be better for like ultra long range than the DJI system. There are some inherent limitations to DJI. Once the link latency gets so bad, I think it just shuts itself off. But I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna push those limits. And I'd hope if I did, rescue mode would rescue me. But this is probably one of the. I mean, this thing is super nice flying. It flies way better than my Shin Drone Squirt does. But extremely happy with this thing. Let's see. So that's about it for today. Let's go ahead and get these drawings done. You don't need to be present in the chat to win. Although if you were here, that would be great. If you could give me a like and a sub, let's see if we can make this counter go up. Oh, that's Instagram followers. That is my sub count by the tens. So anywho, let's go ahead and get this going. All right. So here is the Flying Sandal 1S board. I'm going to close the entries for that. And there's our entries added to the big wheel here. And this is for the 1S board. Normies. Let's see, seconds to spin. Let's go with 54. Why not? And pastel. Apply changes to the wheel. Okay, cool, Robert. Awesome to know that that's working finally. Finley, are you doing a review on the Cinesplorer? I can. I can do a quick one here. I was going to do a more in-depth one for a YouTube video because I'm always in need of content. It's like the never-ending thing. How do I enter the giveaway? It's only this one, and I just closed it. Let's see. I have one on Patreon, and I have a one for regulars here. If you want to get on the Patreon one, you better act quick. All right. Well, let's spin this thing. Let's get this done. All right. There we go. Ready, folks? Thank you for entering, and thank you for supporting me. And you guys make this hobby awesome. Here we go. I don't know if I should have picked such a long time. Here we go. The Craft King #1. Welcome. Jimmy B. Drone. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for showing up. Oh, this is taking forever. The suspense is killing me. And we're slowing it down. What do you think it's going to be? I'm going to say it's going to be... I don't know who it is. Let's see. Via Pork roll? I'm terrible with names. I know I'm butchering this. There's no way I'm doing this right. Okay, so I will hit you up with an email. If for some reason you don't want it, I'm going to kick this down my patrons because that's what I do. If no one takes it on the first spin, patrons get it. You know why? Yeah, you know why. That's why. All right, patron giveaway. Here we go. 4. We have 4 people. So odds are pretty good with the patron. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Stop it. Shut up. There we go. Apply change to the wheel for the 4 patrons. Yeah, I'm positive I butchered that. Okay, so here we go. Patron wheel. And John Daniels, congratulations. I'll definitely hit you up over on the Patron. Thank you so much for being a Patreon. Greatly appreciate it. And let's see. So, what do we got going on for the next week? Okay, so one of the next things we have, like every week, I'll be doing the International Game of Whoop. Week 5 is Orbits, so got that one in the bag. Just have to find a way to make it stand out from everybody else, that's all. But yeah, if you guys haven't been following along with the International Game of Whoop, it's been a lot of fun. Go ahead and play along with us. You're not, obviously if you haven't done it yet, you're out of the entry, but it's just ideas to exercise your stick skills and things like that. I kind of feel like I should give away a set of grips tonight too. What do you guys think? Think I should do that for the for super chats? Yeah, let's see. I want to do it for just grips. I'm looking at a pile of stuff I got sitting right here. Robert Orlip, did you dive the building yet? Yes, I did. I dove a water tower in town. The video will be live tomorrow at about 11. I played at the top of the video, just kind of the intro coming into this, and we had like gale force winds when I did it. It was just blazingly. It was blowing pretty darn hard. I think it was gust up to 25 knots. So it was interesting flying a tower with a little 75 millimeter brushless whoop. But I think it came out really, really well. Okay, I see a couple of yeses. All right, so let's do a super chat giveaway for one set of my grips, which you can get either at my Etsy store, check out the video description below, or you can get them at Race Day Quads. Race Day Quads has been awesome and bought a bunch of grips from me, and they are getting them out there, and I guess they've been selling well because they're already ordered more. And I think they listed them, I think, Monday night. So I'm super excited about that. And I intentionally designed them in a way that you don't have to destroy them to get your radio apart. Right? That was dumb on my part. Dumb business move. All right, so how about we do this? How about a $3 super chat? One $3 gets you in once, two $6 gets you in twice, so on and so forth, for a set of radio grips. And this little guy here, this is the TBS Sky cables. So if you don't know what this is, this is a really hard to open bag. This is a goggle power cable. So you have your XT60 right, and it goes to right, and then this plugs into your goggles, and you have a power button on and off. A simple thing that Fat Shark has taken their dear sweet time given to everybody who has definitely wanted it. Yep, AA. Those should have went out a couple days ago. I hope you enjoy those. So this is a battery power cable and a set of grips. $3 will get you in the drawing. This is, I thought I would really like having the Lipo off my head and in my pocket, but in the end, this is just me. I didn't care for it. I like to be able to just take the goggles off, set them down, and not have cables and stuff going on. I mean, I use a wireless lav mic for the same reason. I hate being tied down with cables. But, yeah. So got that. What else is going on? Oh, I heard the first round of Bite Frost, the new version of Bite Frost has been going out to reviewers, so that looks extremely promising. The Ghost, I've been seeing a few more review videos from Joshua Bardwell, and it looks pretty darn good. Monocle FPV, there you go. Thank you. Let's get a new wheel going here. And I know you guys can't see what's going on in the background because reasons. Okay. I really gotta get another monitor, man. This is it just makes it more difficult. Monocle FPV down for 1 drawing. John D's going big with 2. Let's see. Hooked cable and unplugged my goggles. Long range. Good thing with GPS. Yeah, that's the other thing that bothers me. Every time I don't like the cable like rubbing against my arm. Even my DJI goggles. I got away from using the stupid cable that they provide you. And I'm rocking just a double 2-cell 18650 pack that I printed out and stuck to the side of my goggles. I know, I mean, the goggles are already heavy, but I just don't like the weight. Market 0 on the board. There we go. Let's keep them coming in. Let's say about 11:15. Somebody keep me honest here. Call me out. It's 10:56 where I'm at. Someone remind me about 15 minutes, and we'll spin this sucker. And I completely forgot what I was talking about. Do you guys remember? I don't. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the GPS, or not GPS, but the battery cables on the goggles. I could see where it would be convenient in like a pinch if like that goggle battery died, then I could just, plug one in and still have something to go, but it really hasn't turned out to be any really real issue. I do have something to show you guys. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Here we go. This is not where you guys can see it because I'm terrible at this. This has been my production whoop for, my competition whoop for iGao. So this started off as the Mobilio 6 HD, which don't buy it. It sucks. It's a lot of good parts for what you're paying for, but it's just not good. Does it have the switch? What are we talking about? AA. We're talking about the DJI thing. If you're talking about that, it doesn't have a switch. It's just plug in, plug out. For some reason, I thought I would really like having a switch on the goggles. Even my HDO2s had it, and I never used it. I actually preferred unplugging it. It's stupid, right? So anyways, this started off as a Mobilio 6 HD. The canopy, the split mini 3 light, whatever this thing is called, the run cam, and the flight controller, which is the Crazy V F4 light, that got cannibalized into a 75mm frame with the 0803 motors, and it didn't have enough guts to really be useful. Upgraded the power connector to the PH 2.0, made it way better. Still didn't have the authority. Motors are now 1102, 18,000 kV, and by the way, this is all on 1S, and now it flies really, really good. I think that, in my opinion, all the HD boards are far too heavy to haul around on 08, or on the 40mm props, whatever the 65mm quad size props are. I don't think there is enough disc area to actually support that kind of weight. Stepping up to a 75mm quad makes all the difference in the world. It flies longer, flies better, way more control. From what I've seen with all my builds, and I've got a lot of stuff into this little micro HD type setup. I do have a 2S Beta 65X, which flies pretty good, but I don't know. It doesn't fly. It's way too heavy with two 1S Lipos on it. This is, I think you might be right. I think it is 32mm for those props, and I think these might be 40, if I'm not mistaken, which I often am. So, with going with the HD board, I think the 75mm platform is about the minimum you can do. Yeah, drone pilot, same thing. The HD setup is far too heavy on a 65mm quad. I prefer flying like the Mobilio 6 with the 25,000 kV motors without an HD board way more than I do the a 75mm indoors. 75mm outdoors on 1S I think flies better. So it kind of depends on what you're doing. Like there's no one micro quad that fits all cases, or at least I haven't found one yet. But this has been the best flying HD micro I've built yet. Yeah, like Sully's there. He's been playing along with the whoop game, and it's been a lot of fun. Manamana, God, you have the best name in the chat. Whoop whoop. Yeah. So after all the evolution, so I'm sitting at 1102, 18,000 kV. These are the beta FPV motors. So this is kind of like a cross between my 75 Lite with the silverware board and a beta flight setup. So pretty neat. Flies really good. I think that this is kind of... You built a 75mm with a DJI. How does that fly? That's can't be on 1S. This is on 1S. That was my goal, was 1S. Pretty much 88 under 88. Yeah, buy a Mobilio 6 HD, smash it, but don't destroy the electronics in it, and then build something else out of it. But I'll be honest with you, I can't recommend the Mobilio 6 HD. The Mobilio 6 itself is freaking awesome. The 75mm one, go with, or not the 75, the 25,000 kV motor, go with that one, not the lower kV. I know you're going to hear a lot of people say, "Oh, go with the low." No, go with the high kV. You'll like it better as soon as you learn how to fly it. Tweet: do you think the heavy model 25,000 kV motors are available on the regular Mobilio 6 would be a better choice for the HD Mob? No, I tried them. It spins the props faster, but I think what's happening is there's too much weight, and you can only spin a prop so fast and generate lift until you just start basically... Well, you almost lose lift because you're spinning the prop too fast. It doesn't work out exactly like that, but it's a lot of wasted energy. I think the flight time was maybe a minute on I think it was a 300 milliamp 1S Lipo. So I don't, the higher kV motors didn't help out at all. Travis Stevens, I'm not building anything tonight. I was just going over the finished build for Celis here. That's this guy here. So it definitely changed a lot from last week. But this thing's all built up, tuned, flies awesome. The Radix flight controller is really nice. It's a little limited on UARTs, and it's still on F4 architecture, but probably one of the best flying quads I've built in a long time as far as prop wash handling. Turns on a dime. It's a little bit on a porker, but it's pretty nice. I think I'm probably gonna use a Radix flight controller in one of my builds come up soon. Let's see. Got the lower... Yeah, I'm not saying the lower one's not fun or not good. I'm just saying, like, if you had the choice right now and they were both in stock and they were both the same price, go with the higher kV motors. The flight times were reported to be really bad on them. Upgrading to 48 kilohertz PWM ESC firmware helps out a ton, gives you a lot more flight time. And now I think BL Heli is still in beta, or maybe they just came out of beta, but they're doing the bidirectional D-shot in BL Heli firmware. You don't have to do the Jazz Maverick or the JESC firmwares to do that. Let's see. Yeah, I was using it for racing, so Jello really didn't bother me too much. It was... the 75 or the 25,000 kV motors were way more competitive against everything else. It just gives you one hell of an advantage. And if it's too much for you, you can always, dial down your throttle curve. Let's see, for whoops, shoot for the best video you can and get the 65mm stance and run the power play for video capture. Yeah, that works out pretty good. But I intentionally set out with this guy to get that 1080p HD video. It's definitely better than goggle DVR, even with my Orcas, which are still torn in a million pieces in a bag somewhere. So I got to get around to putting those things back together. Can I upgrade PowerPlay? There's a couple upgrades you can do to it. You can add a external microphone to it, and you can also 3D print a bigger battery bay, but the thing's already big enough. And I don't know if you put it on the put on your head or not. Double A. What are you talking about? Really didn't know that was coming. Oh, maybe the Bifrost. New Bifrost stuff is great for micros. Yeah, I mean, I really haven't looked too much into Bifrost since the initial system. I bought one of the original Bifrost systems, and I was really impressed with it. It was really good. Almost no latency to it, like none I could detect. The video quality wasn't as good as the DJI, but it doesn't have all the pitfalls that DJI has with being proprietary. I tried Jazz Maverick on a couple of my micros, and a couple of them had desync, so I stopped using Jazz Maverick, and I was just doing JESC. Yes, you have to pay for it, but I don't mind kicking a couple bucks to somebody who puts the work into developing stuff like that. Let's see. Looks like that battery is going nowhere. Looks like that battery's going nowhere. Okay, I don't know what we're talking about there. Yeah, the JB's videos with the Go system, that's pretty darn impressive. For some of you guys who are just coming in right now, I do have a super chat giveaway going for a remote goggle battery pack thing, and my camera just crapped out. That's unfortunate. All right, so my face cam just died, so we're just gonna do bench cam now. Awesome. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it does that every once in a while. So for one of these anesthetic grips, $3 super chat. I'll get you on the wheel here if you're all interested. Let's see. Going through the chat here. Yeah, the ghost test was pretty crazy. Very impressed when that was impressed that compared to Crossfire. Crossfire still seems like it's going to go farther, but the open nature of it, the fact that they're trying to integrate with other developers, the size of the antennas, it might be something worth taking a look at. By the way, also, if you didn't know, TBS has released a external micro JST bay for the Tango 2. So if you have one of the newer radios with the V2, V3 board, it has a little unused connector on the inside of it, you can now run external modules on it. I'm still waiting for my V3 board to show up because I was one of the early adopters and I don't have that ability. So once that shows up, I'll definitely be giving an in-depth look at it. Z's 1S setup, stick setup for whoop or pick, like incredible. Yeah, the Z's Z's just kind of came out of nowhere. I've never heard of them before, and all of a sudden, boom! Everybody they're all over the place, and they're doing some pretty neat stuff, developing some pretty cool products. We'll see how well that works. A lot of these new companies, at least like a year ago, they would pop up. They'd make some really cool stuff. The demand would go up. Quality control would nosedive. Things would start catching on fire, and then they just went away. It's unfortunate. That's kind of the way the hobby works sometimes. The glorious amount of UMA got on the big quad. You know what? This UMA grip came pre-cut for this top plate. So that's pretty neat. And it's the UMA Light. But that came pre-cut. And that's the Stark 5-inch frame. Yeah, I always try to run 2 Lipo straps if I can. Well, last time the camera didn't die, but the stream before that it died. And I don't really know what the heck is going on. I've considered trying to shut OBS off and turn it back on and see what would happen. I figure it would... Yeah, she's dead. She's not working today. Unfortunate. So there's going to be a lot of looking at the bench. I'll keep moving my hands so I'm doing stuff. Just got my upgrade. Did you order... It starts. Did you order yours from TBS or did you go through like a local retailer? And I guess I'm also assuming you're in the US. I'm not really sure though. Pulled the pin on TBS with 3 micro receivers. TBS is good stuff. I flew R9 for a long time. I still fly R9. I really like R9. I just really like the Tango 2. So, you know, it's unfortunate everybody locks everybody out, but it seems like people are kind of, or companies are kind of getting the hint that we don't want to be locked into one ecosystem. Can we bet on how many too many parts they put in the Orcas? There are a lot of parts in the Orcas. I got to put them back together. That video will come out as soon as I get them together, and you know it's going to take a little while to edit it up. But there's a lot of parts in there. But really, the only things you need to take it apart is a couple screwdrivers, a old broken prop, and a pair of pliers. And you'll need some foam tape to put it back together. They use a lot of foam tape in there, unfortunately. Can I upgrade the 19K Mobilio to the 25K Mobilio on the same board? Yes, you can. Absolutely. It's easy plug and play. Pull the old motors out, plug new ones in. Double A, tweet a fee. I was going to say, I bet that battery cord would be good for a racer, having to turn it on and off all the time. Yeah, they're pretty nice for racing, or anybody who just doesn't want to have the extra weight of a battery pack on their head. Plus, you can run like a large battery pack in your pocket, but you can't really run a big pack on your head. So that's where that helps out. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's right. Detroit guy. Cool. So did you order... Oh, you got your grips. Gotcha. Good. I hope you like them. Use dual lock on the bottom of my batteries and the top of my frame. I used to do UMA grip, or I used to do dual lock, but then all my batteries needed dual lock. And for racing, I've been using the Lumineer Indestructible Kevlar battery straps, which are these guys here. And these things are pretty much indestructible. 2 battery straps have the holding power of 3. They're like a force multiplier. 1 only holds a little bit, 2 holds way more than 2 should. And I really don't have too many issues with ejecting batteries. By the way, if you guys buy these Lipo straps and you break one, they have a lifetime warranty. Just send Getfpv a picture, and they'll send you like a new 3-pack. Because that's the only way they sell them right now. Yeah, the micro game right now is kind of out of control. Like, usually this time of year, micros are in a dry spell. But right now, there's all sorts of micros out there. They're constantly coming out with new ones. Usually, they kind of wait till the winter time before they start throwing them out there. Drone Pilot, they are pretty tough. The only issues I ever had with them were the buckles on the very early models. They weren't welded together at the ends, and they start to separate, and they just kind of became a pain in the butt. But like they say, they're indestructible. So if you find a set laying on the ground, pick them up, or if you break one, send them out. All right, guys. It is 11:15 where I'm at. That is the magic time to spin this wheel for the giveaway. If anybody hasn't entered yet, it's a $3 super chat. If you want to get in on it, I'll give you a couple more seconds here. But you snooze, you'll lose. Well, I guess if you snooze, you can't lose because you didn't actually enter. Is that how that works? Yeah, sure. All right. Is that the flywheel? Is that flywheel frame weak as F? AF. Yeah. I mean, it's a weak frame. It is paper thin, ultra light, but that's by design. You're not supposed to crash this thing. If you do, you're gonna probably break an arm. I've crashed it a little bit, but nothing hard. This is not a Bando Basher. This is not a Freestyle Warrior. This is a long-range cruiser. It's not meant to crash. Top plate is wafer thin. The arms are. Let's go ahead and take a look here. The arms are. I think these are 2 mil, 3 mil carbon. Top plate's 1.5. Bottom plate is 1.5 on both sides. So it is very light. It's very lightweight. And yeah, it's not a durable frame, but that's not the point. It's darts, $9.99. Damn. All right, you're in. Someone wants to go big. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. All right. It's getting interesting. All right. Well, that's it. Going once, going twice. Let's spin this sucker. And there's my retarded dead face. No, I don't mean that. Let's turn that off. And hopefully, come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. There's our entries. We got Monocle, John D's with a double, market 0, and it starts for 3 times in a row. And let's spin this thing. This is grips and cable. And I probably... Wow, I did not spell any of that right. Oh my god. I think I spelled that right. Probably not. I'm terrible at spelling. Pastel and seconds to spin. Somebody throw out a number between 1 and 25. First one up is the number I'll use. I'm waiting. Let's see if we can add a different video source. There we go. Brio. Let's see. 22 it is. Let's transform, rotate 180, and here we go. All right, so 22 it is. Pop 22 in here. Double deuce. Apply the wheels. Changes. And if you guys couldn't tell, I'm pretty darn tired tonight. This was wasn't planning on doing this, but I managed to get out of work early and kind of squeak this thing in. Here we go, everybody. Thank you for supporting me. I wouldn't do this without you guys. I appreciate everything. And if you guys haven't clicked like and subscribe, if you're in here, go ahead and hit that, and let's see if we can get this counter to go up before next week. And here we go. There's the spin. I'm going to say it's going to be Monocle. That's my bet. What do you guys think? Oh, man, I was pulling for you. It's darts. You got it. Go ahead and hit me up. And you are just killing it on these, these wheel spins. It's darts. Awesome, man. Well, I think that's about all I'm going to do today. We're not doing a build today. I'll probably do another build next weekend. I've got a couple things planned. I have another tiny trainer that I want to build, but I have a Flight 1 flight controller for it. So That's going to be something interesting to try out. All right, guys. I think that's about it. I'm not going to stick around too much longer. You know what? Hang on. Let's try this. If this doesn't work, thank you all for stopping by. Like and subscribe, please. If you're in the market for any FPV gear, check out the video description. Grips, gear, you name it, all that stuff down there. It doesn't cost you anything, but it hooks me up if you use those affiliate links. And if you don't know how affiliate links work, look up a channel called Linus Tech Tips. They have a really good rundown of how affiliate links work. Actually, Matt, I have been doing a lot of upgrades to my laser, and that is definitely something on my my list of my idea board of things to do. So here's what I'm going to do. Since my camera's all frozen up, I'm going to try closing OBS and coming back into it and see if it fixes it. So if for some reason I lose the stream, thanks for stopping by, and I will talk to you all next time. Peace out. All right, closing OBS. I'll be right back, I hope. Let's see if this works. All right, guys, if this came back, please let me know in the chat. I really hope this worked because apparently the camera dying on me is going to be a pretty consistent thing for me. Oh, sweet. I'm glad that worked. Okay, who asked? To Monocle FPV, dude, what's the strongest, best analog VTX I could buy? The rush tanks are really darn nice, but probably this guy here is going to be this is probably the best VTX on the market. It's also probably the most expensive one, but this is the TBS Unify Pro 32 VTX. I think these can do more than 1 watt. I think. It depends on what you're trying to put it in. I put a Rush Ultimate 2 on my 5-inch, looking for more power. This is definitely more power. Yeah, you know what? Let's look this up. I'm kind of curious myself right now. So I've had this for a while, but I've not used it. Let's see, it's a TBS Unify Pro 32 H Vizzle. Let's do this browser capture here. There we go. What am I doing? That's not what I want. There we go. So this little guy here will do 1 milliwatt. So it'll do 1 watt plus. So that is going to be your highest. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. So yeah, that's probably gonna be one of the highest output VTXs I can think of is this guy here. Higher output than that is the DJI air units. Those will do 1200 milliwatts. But obviously, if you're asking for analog, you're probably not using DJI. Let's see. Oh, there is a eSheen VTX that'll put out a buttload of milliwatts, but you know it's eSheen reliability. The thing's got a stinking heat sink on it. I think it's 1600 milliwatts. I think it's also a rebranded AKK. Oh yeah, Drone Pilot. Yeah, 1600 milliwatt AKK. Let's see. It says 1 watt, but I've seen tests where it's close to 2 watts. They have to put 1 watt plus because. I don't know if you guys remember back maybe it was maybe about a year ago. I think it was either Getfpv or it was Ready Made RC was fined by the FCC for selling VTX equipment that didn't meet US regulations. So if they say it's 1 watt plus, I think it's some weird legalese loophole they're playing with, or they're just doing the typical TBS bullshit where they screw with their fan base. I don't know. But these are really good VTXs. They're just big. So most of my stuff's racing quads. That's why it's not in there. Let's see. I think I might actually have a tank. I'll take a quick gander at the pile here. Oh, if you guys saw this crap I got stacked up here, it'd make you sick. Being attacked by chunks of worker goggles. Well, I don't know. I know I have a Tank Ultimate 2 Plus BGT VTX somewhere. Let's see, drone pilot. I love the micro HD of the Beta FPV. Really good quality for the size. Yeah, that's a pretty good FPV camera. Comparing that one to the Runcam Split 3 Lite, I do think the Split 3 Lite is just a touch better. I think it's a little bit wider of an image. The FPV view in the Runcam is definitely better than the Beta Flight. Not saying the Beta Flight, or the Beta FPV one's bad. I'm just saying the Runcam, I think, in my opinion, is a little bit better. Could I fly an indoor mall without much notice? Probably not. Depending on what you're flying. If you're flying a brushed 65mm micro and you were being all sneaky about it and your wife was kind of running cover for you, yeah, you could probably get away with it. But just know it may be a one-way whoop. So got to live with those decisions. If you lost it, I wouldn't be too broken up about it. So I wouldn't be flying anything with an HD board on it because A, they're expensive, and B, there's an SD card on it which could be used as evidence if they tried to press charges. That's my opinion. I don't speak legalese, but it's just something to think about. Let's see. Drone pilot just got the MO2. It's really like the tiny tank. Curious sample. I haven't seen the MO2. Yeah, I saw one of your videos with at the Route 66 bottle farm. That looked pretty cool. Where I'm at, there's not a whole lot of really cool stuff. There's a geez, what can I think of that's cool around the I-65 corridor? Not much. It's kind of depressing out here. Everything's flat and muddy and swamp. It would be cool to fly over some gators, but I think that's probably protected wetlands, and I don't want to get in that kind of trouble. Oh, thanks, man. I really like flying that tower. I wish it wasn't so stinking windy. I flew down it once on the upwind side, and it just blew me right into the tower. I was kind of worried about losing it, so... Anywho, well, I think I'm pretty late. Avea FPV? Were you one of the winners? Did you win? Were you? Is this you? Is that you? I'm kind of curious. If it is you, congratulations. If it's not, sorry. There we go. Let's see. He's the winner name. Ah, cool. Well, congratulations. Thanks for stopping by. Like a blister, showing up when all the work's done. I'm just messing with you. Congratulations. Glad you were here to see it before the end. For my racing quads, the VTX of choice I use is the this little guy here. This is the hidden gem of VTXs. Is that going to focus on there? Let's see. There we go. This is the Ishin Nano. This is one hell of a VTX for its size, weight, and price. I like this better than the TBS Unify Micro Nano whatevers. I've had a lot less issues with smart audio on these. TBS has done some funny stuff with smart audio recently, and it really kind of sucks. Yep, 400 milliwatts. It's a lot of milliwatts out of this little tiny guy. It gets hot. TBS has done some weird things with smart audio lately, and I have a few flight controllers that just don't work with them. Like, you can't. It's something to do with the construction of the actual flight controllers. It just doesn't want to do smart audio the right way. But those things are super reliable, super cheap. They work really good. I did buy some FR Sky VTXs. They're kind of weird. They run off SmartPort. So they'd be great on a wing without a flight controller if you're using other FR Sky gear. So you would connect SmartPort from your receiver to your VTX just in one wire. Kind of like what TBS does with their Crossfire. You can do smart audio through Crossfire itself instead of using your flight controller. But then I don't know if you can control it through flight control. But yeah, so they have their own little ecosystem, and then their new access stuff is they're trying to build an ecosystem. It looks like it's more wing based, where you can control other things without a flight controller through Lua scripts. So you control ESCs, servos, VTXs. I think there's a few other things, all through just the SmartPort telemetry wire, which is kind of cool. It's new technology being pushed to the hobby. It's all good. All right, I can talk VTXs all day, but I got to get to bed. I'm beat. I got to work in the morning. No, I don't. I have to work tomorrow night, but I want to get some sleep in. And I have a bunch of emails I need to reply to for another retailer that wants to sell my grips. I'll let you guess who that is. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for bearing with me for all the technical hoo-ha that's going on, especially with the shutting OBS down and back up. I am glad. Wow, I didn't think that's how that would work. I'm really glad that worked out, and it didn't cause a whole lot of headache. So if you guys ever have any questions, you want some help, or you just want to chit-chat, hit me up. Troubleshooting on Discord is the best place to do it. YouTube chat comments suck. Please don't do it there, although it is nice that everybody can see it. But if it's something in-depth, Discord's the way to do it. Videos, pictures, quick back and forth. It works out really well. All right. That's it. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for stopping by, and keep this hobby awesome, because I know you will.